These are in listen-only mode.
Okay. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
All right. Okay, good evening. Guys, welcome. Monday night. We are going to have a great call talking about momentum and the action that you have to take when you are in momentum. I'm going to give you some homework. Usually I don't do that in these webinars, but this is a week homework. And if you do it, you are going to be doing really well. We are going to wait a few more seconds because I know some people are trying to get in. I got a text message right now that they were trying to get in, they couldn't. Let's see. Let me see if they got in. But anyway, I'm really excited about what is happening in Isagenix, and for those of you that read the newsletter this morning, there are a lot of incredible names coming into Isagenix in the last 4 months. I mean, I guess the first of the big names that came on board, and this was about 18 months ago, is when Michael Claus, that's really well known in the industry, came aboard. And that's becoming a really big magnet. Other people are being attracted to the fact that they know that he's involved, but also many other leaders for what is happening in Isagenix. I mean, the last person was Steven Siebold. And you can see, if you are in any of our boards on Facebook, you can see his interview on I think it was Good Morning America or Today Show. I don't remember. He just became part of our team too. But he's a really well-known guy. As a matter of fact, if you check on the news, you will find out that they are making a movie with his story. It's an amazing story. But anyway, well, let's get ready to start here. Okay. What time is it? I don't have. Okay. Okay.
7:32.
Okay. 7:32. Okay. A voice that sounds like coming from Utah. How you doing, Tracy?
I'm doing good. How are you, George?
Great, great. It's something I was going to say now that I'm using the word momentum here. Even though I've been in network marketing for 4 years, when I got in my first company, they were in the middle of momentum, but I didn't know what it was. That's why I didn't take advantage of it. This is the first time that I really, now that I know what it is, it's bad that they didn't tell me what it was, because most of the people that were in my upline in that company, they were new also in the industry. They didn't have a clue where momentum was. We were talking about momentum, but we didn't know. And today I am going to be really strong talking about why it's so powerful. Anyway, let's start it now. Okay, that's me. Hello, guys. We are going to be talking about momentum, and this is a time when fortunes can be made really fast in any business. This is not unique to the network marketing industry. Include network marketing, but also traditional business. As a matter of fact, today I'm going to be using Apple as one of my favorite companies as an interesting example how they got into momentum the 4 years prior, and you're going to see the charts for those of you that saw it on the newsletter. And then I'm going to go into specific actions that you are going to take this week. Very important, this week. Now, the stages of growth, the first one is formulation. This is when company is new. It's a brand new company started and takes about 3 to 5 years. This is a period of growing pains. I mean, sometimes there is rapid growth at the beginning, but they are setting the basis and identity of the company is still forming. Apple took several years during this stage. As a matter of fact, they almost even crashed at one point. They were in a lot of trouble. By the way, this is a time of large attrition. A lot of people come into the business excited because the ground floor, but a lot of people leave. Now, some companies have a strong growth during this phase, but almost all of them tend to crash because they are not ready. Steady initial growth is safer than too fast initial growth. Now, we see many times companies that started and then suddenly they say, we are the fastest growing company in the planet. And then 2 or 3 years later, that company start phasing out or start having problems. And the reason is because they are not ready for momentum. By the way, formulation stage, most companies, and I didn't put it on the newsletter, but most companies that go into the formulation stage never leave that stage. They disappear because they never ready to grow beyond that area. Now, the second one is the concentration. Now, this also can take between 3 to 10 years. And then is when the company start experiencing some solid but steady slow growth. Sometimes there are some signs of possible momentum. When I mean there could be months or even a whole year that could be really good. but it's a stage that is not totally momentum. Apple, as seen in the graphic that I'm going to show you later, it started to get ready on that stage around 2000. Now, 2000 is interesting. That was when Steve Jobs came back into Apple. And for those of you that know the story, he was the founder in 1976 of Apple, but then he was kicked out of Apple by the board of directors, and he came in 2000 again. Now, it's interesting because the momentum didn't start until about 28 years after Apple started. 24 years after Apple started is when Steve Jobs came back. Now, in Isagenix, this was a stage when products were updated and improved. Some of you that are on the call, they went through that stage. New products were created, management was reorganized, and many of you have seen it, and some initiatives start to develop. Now, interesting because for those of you that know when the company was in the initial, in the formulation stage, you remember that the cleansing, I mean, Tracy, you are on the call. Remember the taste of the cleansing compared with today?
Yeah,
I think you're on the call.
Pretty hard to take. The first time I tasted it,
I know.
when I got my product, I called George and I said, George, this stuff's gaggy. But it's changed drastically.
Yes, yes, and yeah, not only the cleans, because also the first time that the Ionics came, I remember we had the sample at the convention. Whoa, everybody was gagging. That was interesting.
Well, I thought it must be alcohol because it had a kick to it.
I know, it's so strong. The first one, and many of you probably don't know, but the first batch of Ionics was so strong that really looked like it was an alcohol or something like that. Now the period of concentration where many of these things start being corrected, a lot of things start getting improved. One of the reasons many companies, when they started, they changed the pay plan is because they realize when they are in the period of when first creating the company and then the concentration, that they cannot keep the pay plan. This is cool because Isagenix has never changed the pay plan. What they've been doing, they were really smart, starting with the same basic plan that you see today is the same basic plan that they had before. One on the left, one on the right, become a consultant and you get paid on all your group. That has not changed at all. And was really smart the way that they set it up. They were really organized. They hired the right professionals to kind of look in the future of what could happen with the pay plan. And that's why we have not seen any major changes. Mostly have been add-ons. I don't want even to call it changes because the basics are the same, have been the same. Now we're going to momentum. And this is a very exciting stage. Now, a few times we thought that we were going into momentum, and as I said, in the period of concentration, sometimes seems that the company is going to go momentum, but doesn't. Now, in any period of time, people can make money. It's just that momentum. It's very interesting. It's when the business models start hitting the masses. People that, for example, say that didn't like binary, for example, in the case of, oh shoot, I forgot his name, Doug Witt. He used to write and talk about how he didn't like binaries. Only he joined Isagenix. Why? Because he realized that we are the only real true binary. We are not like the other ones. We were in another binary too, and there was not even close to what Isagenix is. But anyway, people start realizing what Isagenix really is in this case. But sales start moving quite fast, and we saw that one after convention last year. Sales start improving and coming to a great speed. A lot of new distributors join, but especially people that are well known. And we have seen in the last 4 months so many people coming into Isagenix or that are endorsing the company. Many not only networkers, but athletes and personalities, etc. Now, this is a period of time when associates can make a huge amount of money fast by riding the wave. But they must ride the wave. In other words, we have to work. It's not like it's going to happen for free. But the good thing is that you keep putting the word out. Eventually, somebody is going to come near you and your business is going to explode. Now, we see that already happening. We see people breaking records. I understand that there is a guy that just became a 5-star Golden Circle. I have not been confirmed, but he started in November. That's only 3 months, 4 months. That's really quick. Now, this period can last between 3 to 5 years or even longer. It doesn't mean that people cannot make money in any other period, as I said. What it means is that growth can be very fast for those who go into action. Now, Apple has been going through momentum since 2004, around 2005. It seems to be getting to the stability process right now, but it still has some momentum. Now Isagenix is entering the momentum stage, in my opinion. This is not official. This is what I believe. For Apple, the trigger for this momentum seems to be the introduction of the iPod a couple of years before actually they hit momentum, and create what they call the halo effect. In other words, people start looking at the iPod, and then suddenly start discovering the other products in Apple. Then they start expanding into the computer. They always been in the computer field, but when they started getting into the Intel chips, they start getting to more people. Since then, the momentum has been fueled by the introduction of the iPhone, the iPad, and the new line of laptops and new technology that they are going to be also introducing in a couple of months. There were already momentum when the iPhone and iPad were introduced, but that's what they did. They fueled the momentum. Now, for Isagenix, the trend seems to start with the introduction of Product B in 2011, in August 2011, and then after that, the introduction of several business initiatives in between. And in my opinion, momentum started last year after the Isagenix convention when sales started growing really quick. Another reason is because after the Isagenix convention, there were stories of people breaking records that's speeding up. At the time was just a group momentum, the group that was breaking all the records, but that's starting to span all over the company. And by the way, talking about momentum, a group can come into any station, they can create their own momentum. The momentum always happened for a group. Now, the cool thing about when it's company momentum, the excitement is all over the place, and it's why it's so cool to ride the wave. I believe that during this momentum, we will hit between $1 to $2 billion per year after or around 2016. Who knows, even more, or even before. Now, something interesting about $1 billion, it means that the company is going to be paying about $500 million in commission. Think about that. But and this is where we are now. We're just starting. Now, the new manager and director ranks introduced in November, and the holiday bonus introduced just last month and a half ago, will be a strong part of the accelerating of this stage. This is like putting gasoline on fire. I believe that, as I said, that this stage will last well into 2016 or beyond. Now, the August convention in Las Vegas, they are going to be introducing other new um, how do you call it? Because I don't want to say much. Well, other initiatives that I think are going to fuel that momentum even faster. Also, I believe that the new technology that they've been introducing and they will be introducing will be fueling even more that momentum, the same way that iPhone and iPad played and keep playing an important role in their growth, in the Apple growth. Now, let me show you here, before I go there, let me talk about the stability. This is the maturity stage. Now, I know this part when I've been talking so far doesn't seem too exciting, but it is exciting. I know it's kind of boring from the point of view of statistics, but this is very important to know as well to show you where we are now. Now, stability is when the company still is growing, but doesn't grow as fast. Now, it has a still period of strong increased sales, and this is usually when they open an international market or new products or a strong business initiative started. It's not the same that momentum because these are bursts of growth. Now, Apple Inc. seems to be entering this period, and the best indicator is that the hyper growth that they were showing until last year is starting to slow down. Still, I believe that they're in some kind of momentum, but they are getting into the stability. Now, in network marketing, during this time, still new associates will flourish, maybe not with the speed of the momentum stage, but they are starting with solid foundations because the company at that time, the stability, the credibility is really well established. Now, because the products, the pay plan and management and Isagenix, I expect this period to be very profitable. The reason I say this is because our pay plan is so simple. The products appeal to everybody. I mean, maybe not all the products are for everybody, but always we have products that when we choose, we have always products within our line that appeal to everybody. Now, there are companies like, there's a coffee company now that claims that now they are the fastest growing. By the way, coffee is the use of now the energy drink a few years ago, where companies that were starting with just one product were growing really quick, while there are several coffee companies, and they claim that they are the fastest growing company. The problem is that they have a product that doesn't appeal to everybody. And like energy drinks and only juice companies that have only one product, eventually these companies are going to lose speed, and some of them are going to disappear. Also, I believe during the period of stability, we would be entering in dozens of new markets around the world, probably more than 40 or 50 markets. And I believe that we will be getting in new product lines. Now, I am saying this not because somebody told me, it's because I had the feeling that we are going to be expanding in so many different product lines. It makes sense, especially in the wellness area. I believe during this period, Isagenix is going to start hitting the multi-billion-dollar sales per year. We are not talking about accumulation. As a matter of fact, if Isagenix keep the growth and the mentality that they have now, we could become the largest network marketing in the world. Right now, the top network marketing company in the world sell around $11 billion a year. 11 billions. Now, when Isagenix is in the multi-billion, that means that, for example, if we are selling a $2 billion, means that the company is paying more than $1 billion per year in bonuses. That's really exciting, and all of you can be part of it. Again, the important is to go into action. Now, this is the Apple chart. So, matter of fact, let me do something I didn't do. Let me go this. Okay, because I can highlight everything here. Okay. Okay, the Apple chart. Okay, here Steve Jobs came around 2000. Where is it? Okay, here. That's when Steve Jobs came. Now the company has some growth, as you see, but then they kind of got, they were going kind of in the way that Isagenix was for a while, but you see it's very steady. But here is when they introduced the iPod. Now the iPod was introduced around 2002, and the momentum stage for me, I think it started in 2004 here. It's about 2 years difference, you see? And then they start switching into the Intel chips and start going up. Then the iPhone was introduced, and then the iPad, etc. And look what happened. Huge growth. That's so cool. Now, let me go to the next slide. And I'm going to leave this for a second
George?
because it seems to... Yeah, go ahead.
One of the things I want to make a comment for, I had a guy call me today and just asked why the President's Pack, and part of the answer to that is multiple products. And you're telling me Apple went into Momentum when they had multiple products. If you're in a coffee company, a juice company with a single product, it's really tough. And that's why you need to sell the President's Pack to introduce those products to everybody.
Yes. And what you say is so important. For those of you that listened to the call this morning, the recording this morning, I believe that the reason the President Pack has the highest retention ratio that any other package in the company is because, as Tracy said, it has so many products there and has some of the, we call sticky products that people try and they like them, that people stay in the products. It's not only the business at this point, but also stay on the products. And that's why the President Pack is so important. I know some people and they promote only one product in Isagenix. That's okay to get people in. The problem is if they never find or try the other products, that people are going to be short-lived in Isagenix. They are going to have the same fate that people have in juice companies or coffee companies or companies that come with only one product, or energy companies, and we don't want that. Thank you for bringing that up, Tracy. Very important. Very important. Okay, and let's go to the next one. And you see the drawing that I did, although it's not exactly, but look at this. It's funny. I didn't took it off. Does it look familiar? The line? And I was just drawing over the chart of Apple. Now I create this chart based on the numbers that I have from Isagenix, and the projection obviously is based on my observations because as you see here, I am projecting 2013 and up from this point on. Okay. But anyway, but look at this, Apple. And ours doesn't seem so similar. It's so cool. As a matter of fact, let's go to the next one. Here is where you can see the similarities. It's interesting. Similarities. This is 2007. We're in 2012. That's around where we started Momentum, probably halfway, like you say here. And look at here, 4 years before it started Momentum, that was around 2004. So it would be around here. You see a small growth, and then so boop. And it's why I think we are around here, sometimes in this area. In other words, we are starting. Now, this is a period that's going to last at least 3 years, but in my opinion, it's going to be probably between as much as 5 or even more years. And the reason, again, there are many reasons. One of them is because the way that the pay plan is set up. Second is because we have several products that most of them could be only products in many other companies starting out. And that's why, guys, it's so important to understand this. Of course, I don't say that we are going to be selling $30 billion like Apple, but who knows? The top network marketing companies sell around here in this area. That means that nobody has gone yet to these areas. But you see, records are to be broken. Why not? We can go to this area, the 50 million and eventually 20 billion, especially if we start expanding in other lines of products and they keep the excitement of the new initiatives, and that's what it's going to keep the growth. That, as I said before, even in a time of stability, still people are going to be able to create great income. Now, let's go to the next one, because what can we do in order to profit from momentum? Now, the secret is to go into massive action every day, 5 days a week. Now, if you feel 5 days a week are a lot, well, you can do what Michael Klaus does. He does 4 days a week. He doesn't do 5, he does 4. But either way, the important thing is that you are going into massive action. Now, this is what we will do daily. And when you say it, you're going to say, oh, George, but that's the same that you've been saying before. Yep. Obviously, we create our list, we present, we connect, we present, and we follow up. Tracy, we met when we were in the other company. Is this different for when you are growing fast or slow to do those things?
Absolutely. No, it's all the same. It's just how many times you do it.
That's right. That's right. It's just the amount of time you do it. That's it.
There's a million ways. There's a million ways to do it. But it's the same thing. You can do it online. You can do it one-on-one. You can do home presentations. You can do group meetings. They're all the same. You contact people. You get them to a presentation, whether it's a video, whatever tool you decide to use. You present to them and follow up. That's the system, and it's been the system since the beginning of Amway.
Yes. As a matter of fact, interesting, because you just sponsored a networker that you met through Facebook. I think a couple of week ago, 2 weeks ago,
Yeah. And it took some time, but, she actually was trying to get me into her company, and we went back and forth. And I'm telling you, you can argue Isagenix with any company out there if you're arguing the pay plan. Products are always whatever they fall in love with, but the pay plan, nobody can compete with Isagenix pay plan right now. And I've said this a million times on the call, but I want to say it one more time. In network marketing, the average person will sign up 2.3 people, period. That's just the company figures across the board. Well, there's not another company that I know of that you can make $700,000 with as few as 2 people.
That's right.
Personally sponsored.
It's so important to do the you plus 2 then plus 2. That's the best strategy. And by the way, one of the things that Tracy did was this follow-up. This you have to have patience. When you talk to somebody, I've seen so many people that have been sponsored by somebody else because the person that sponsored a prospect the first time never follow up. A great example is me. Jimmy was not the first person that sponsored me. I mean, prospect me, not sponsor me. Prospect me in Isagenix. Somebody called me when Isagenix was starting out, when they were in the pre-launch. But she called me only once. And this person still is in Isagenix. That's interesting. But she called me only once, and they never called me again. Then about a month and a half, maybe about 3 months later, is the first time that Jimmy called me, 3 or 4 months later. And then from that point on, he kept doing follow-up. And I signed up with him because he did the follow-up. Patience, guys. And that includes Facebook, face-to-face, telephone, patience. You have to have patience when you are doing follow or connecting with people, because and some people say, yeah, but that's slow. Well, Jimmy took 10 months to sign me up, but he said that our group has earned him over $5 million. Do you think it's worthwhile to wait a couple of months or 10 months to create that kind of extra income? You never know, but it's important what he did, what Tracy just did. Now, very important is that you must be building your list, and then I have many of these things that I have here, but I'm going to give you some resources that you are going to go. That's you're going to be your homework this week. But remember, start with your family members, people that you know, your Christmas, wedding, and birthday list, Facebook list, and other social media. And Facebook is an amazing way. As a matter of fact, there are some changes in Facebook that just came in, and I'm going to be talking about those in another calls. Business card, casual contacts, people that you meet every day, finding new friends on social media, going to expos or shows to collect cards from exhibitors. When I say, by the way, going to expos, I'm not saying that you have to be one of the exhibitors. Just go there to collect cards, schoolmates, and many other ways. I mean, many other ways. Now, I'm not going to go into this now, but I'm going to send you to some resources. The first one is howtogetgoing.com. And I'm going to send you to a webinar. As a matter of fact, let me go to um, this, let's see, webinars. Okay, you see here is howtogetgoing.com. Actually, let me go to the main page for those of you that can see it. Okay, and then when you go to the main page or any page you see here the search box. Can you see it? On the search box, you are going to just write the names. Names. You click on search, and the first webinar that is going to come up is this one. Unlimited flow of names. And what you are going to do is you are going to click this on here, and you are going to watch that webinar. And that webinar tell you tons of way to prospect people, tons of way. And this is really important for those of you that say, I don't know anybody or I run out of people. This is so important. By the way, you never run out of people if you do it right. But this is a great webinar. And this is one of the things that you're going to do this week. No next month, this week, especially you want to take advantage of momentum. The second one is go here to isagenixbusiness.com, and you become a master of the U plus 2, then plus 2. And now let me go here because I want to show you what I mean. Let's see, Isagenix business. I have it already there. You see, you get to this side, and then it tells you the basic stuff like connecting your contact list. Learn that U plus 2 here is with the president pack and the 30 days. And by the way, you're going to do priority on this one. And then how to earn the money. This is the great presentation by Lynn Haggerton. And then make sure you listen to this recording. Now, these recordings, none of them are more than 4 minutes long. Don't say that you don't have time. Here, Suzanne is going to tell you what to do the first couple of days, and Ellen the first 30 days, and then Jay Bennett the first 90 days, and then Mike the first 6 months. Now, all these, when they say 2 days, 30 days, 90 days, and 6 months, I'm going to give you a hint. Actually, it's not a hint. I'm going to tell you. The first 20 days, 42 days, excuse me, becoming a consultant. The next one, 30 days, remember manager. The next one, director, and the next one, executive. But make sure you watch those or listen to the recording. Are really short but really powerful. That's the second homework, or the third homework actually. Let me go back. The second one, excuse me. This one is very powerful. Most of the people fail in network marketing not because they have to, but because the mindset. I feel that one of the best recordings I ever heard about mindset is the one that Lynn did a couple of months ago. And the best way to get to that recording, there are two ways. One of them, and I assume most of you are on Facebook, you go to Facebook. For example, you're on Facebook, then you enter here 90-day blitz, 90-day blitz, and you see a little shoe here. It looks like a shoe. That's our group. You click there, and then here you can click and you can listen to that recording. Or you can click go to a site called Everyone Starts Here. You see here on the top, everybody starts here. This is great, but I'm going to ask you just to do one thing for now. By the way, this is something that your new distributor have to go, but let's go to the bottom, start here, go to the bottom, And here at the bottom is the recording by Lynn Hagerman. Take a couple of minutes, by the way, to download for some reason. But anyway, this is it. Now, you can also, if you feel that you don't have a strong belief about isogeny, you can listen to the Michael Kloss talking about why isogenics, or talking about the network marketing, etc. But the most important is that one for now. You can, the other ones are extra. You can do it if you want. Now, so far, I gave you three things. Now, and these three things, this webinar, the first one is about 52 minutes long. The Isagenix business side, the whole thing is going to take you probably another hour, and then the recording is another hour, 3 hours. But remember, you have the whole week. And by the way, well, I'm going to tell you in a second. Now, there's one more thing that I'm going to ask you. This Wednesday, one of my mentors, his name is Eric Worre. I never recommend too many outside trainers. There are only a few. I think I can count with my hand that I will trust with the organization. And one of them is Eric Worre. As a matter of fact, Eric Worre just last night he announced that he was not going to build any network marketing company to avoid people thinking that he's bringing people into his business, etc. This man had made tons of millions of dollars. He's an incredible trainer. And he has a training this coming Wednesday at 7 o'clock. And the training is called, this is cool, How to Find Unlimited Prospects and Avoid the NFL. No Friends Left Club Forever. How to find. He is an expert on that. You probably have, if I don't know, you have listened or watched some of the videos that I posted on some of the Facebook, but this is an amazing training. He's been getting ready for this. One of my associates talked to him just a couple of days ago, and he said that he's going to give his best on this webinar. The way to access the webinar, for those of you, there are two ways, but the best way is this one. Again, remember, you go to Facebook again, in the same group, 90 Days Blitz, the same group, you go down, and then you click on the link. You see the link is here. You click on the link, and there it is. You're going to see a recording by Eric talking about what is going to be. The webinar is this Wednesday. I think the date is there. Let me see. Yeah, here it is. Wednesday, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. That will be 5 o'clock. Let's see, 5 o'clock Pacific, 6 o'clock Mountain, 7 o'clock Central, and 8 o'clock Eastern Time. Make sure this is going to be an amazing webinar. And again, as I say, I don't trust too many people in network marketing that are trainers, and he's one of the few that I trust. I met him. I know him personally. He's a cool guy, and I really trust, and some of you have seen the videos. Now, let me go back to the presentation. Now, it is time to take action. Now, right now, we are in a time that does not come by every day. Holy cow, who is speaking English here? Momentum is an amazing time to build. Make sure you follow the resources I recommend today. It might be a lot for some, but all that can be studied this week. Beats a 4-year college career in most cases with less potential than what we have now. And Tracy, we talk about that. Sometimes the kids get to school and colleges for 4 years in careers that by the time they graduated, all the information is outdated. Remember? We were talking about that.
That and the fact that if you show the numbers, the 1 through 12, 12 time periods, a doctor, a surgeon, you're at least 12 years in school.
Yes.
Well, if it took 12 years to get to 49,000 per month, in our example, you'd be making more than almost any surgeon there is.
Yeah.
At the end of 12 years, but 12 months.
Yes. Yes. And even if it's funny thing, even if it's 1/4 of that or 1/8 of that, it's more than 90% of the college students earn when they finish college. And the sad part is that, and probably you saw me a few last year. We did a webinar where we talk about statistics, and we were talking about how today most kids that go to college come back to their parents' home because they cannot find a job. Guys, in less than 12 months, and just Tracy was talking about, just by doing what you're supposed to do, your business can change a lot. You could be full-time, earning the kind of money that most people don't earn, even having a 4 or 8 year career. You can be, I like what I think is Mark Channel, the one that says, you can make a surgeon income without having to go through school and work 60 hours a week. This is an amazing time. And again, the people are going to be benefited are the people that are consistent every day. Not that they're going to try the business. If you're just going to try, it's not going to work. And to finish, I'm going to tell you this story. If you are, let's suppose that you are in New York and you want to fly to go to Los Angeles, and there are two pilots, and one pilot said, I'm going to try to get you there, and the other one say, I'm going to get you there. Who do you trust the most? The same is with our attitude. I'm going to try to do this business, or I'm going to do whatever it takes. And remember, it's why I recommend the mindset attitude audio by Lynn Haggerty, because she talks about that. Your attitude has to be of, I am going to win. When you have that attitude, nothing can stop you. And the cool thing is that here, everybody that has that attitude can be a winner. It's not like you are, for example, in some careers, there's only one winner, but here everybody can be a winner. In some sports, only one can be a winner. A boxer, one of them is going to lose, the other one is going to win. Here, you are going to be a winner with many other people, and we are working as a team. That's why I'm so excited about working on this project, and I feel this is like a project for all of us, a project where all of us can be really successful. Obviously, again, the mindset is so important, and it's why I have as a part of your homework to listen to Lynn Haggerty recording, and I listen to that recording probably at least 3 times. I'm talking about the audio recording where she talks about the mindset. The other one about the pay plan is also a jewel. It's an amazing video. But anyway, I don't know. Let me see if Alex, are you there? Are you okay? Because
Yeah,
Alex was having.
yeah,
Oh,
I'm here.
okay. I don't know if there are any other questions. And Tracy, thank you very much for participating too.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, Alex, I don't know if there are any questions because we cannot see the question from here.
Actually, no questions yet, but just a reminder, just go to the GoToWebinar control panel at the top right of your screen, and under questions in the chat area, just enter any comments or questions you'd like to ask George or Tracy, or let's see. Yeah, nobody yet. But anyhow, George, this has been absolutely fantastic, and definitely true that in 12 months things can change tremendously. And I do recommend very highly those Lynn Hagedorn
Yes.
recordings. They're fantastic. So,
And Alex, something that when we say 12 months, it's interesting because we see, for example, Warren Lance, who is the upline of Lynn Haggerty, he didn't sponsor her. Somebody else sponsored her. You see, you don't have to sponsor the leader. But he said in 90 days, his business went from being okay to hitting millionaire in
yeah.
90 days. Just because one person came in that lake that exploded. The same, Susan Sly, probably you heard how she went very quick in the last 12 months, maxing out a center and almost maxing out the second position, the third position already. The same thing, one person came on aboard and exploded the lake.
Yeah.
You never know what can happen.
Yeah, and George, I just want to add, when I was working as an architect, I knew exactly what my income might be if I had a job the next year, and my income would have gone up probably 3% over the prior year, and that's it. And that's only if I had a job. So, this is absolutely much better than having a job than working for somebody else. You
Yes.
can definitely change your life in 90 days, and that's one of the reasons for the 90-day blitz.
Yes. And something that I was going to say also, sometimes people, most people, and I was one of them when I started network marketing many years ago, had a hard time thinking that things can change so quick. because we've been programmed to go to school for 4 years and then retire after 20 years, and 99% of the people don't retire wealthy, they just retire poor. And that's a conditioning that we had to go over. And again, it's why the mindset, Link Hager mindset, is so powerful, uh, because it goes over that mindset that we have to have in order to be successful. By the way, Steven Siebold, the latest big name that joined Isagenix, we are going to be doing a webinar with him. I don't know when yet, but he's going to talk about the mindset to take people to millionaire. And himself, he can say how he went to be broke to be a multimillionaire in only a year and a half, a multimillionaire. And this was before, years before. And his story is so amazing that, again, they're going to be making a movie. And if you enter, you go to the 90-day blitz or the other Facebook groups, you can click on the video, write his name, and put Hollywood, and you're going to see the movie that they are going to start filming very soon about his story and the story of his mentor. But anyway, but it's a question of a mindset. That's it, mindset. The how-to obviously is important, but the mindset is the most important, because the how-to, everybody has the how-to. Every person, if you've been in a business for a year or longer, you already have, no, or even months, because this is business simple. Everybody knows the how-to. But why not everybody goes into action? Because the mindset, there is a block there that we have to go over. And that's why it's so important to work on that, more than anything else.
Great. Well, then if there are no further questions, guys, then let's just wrap it up. We thank each and every one of you for joining us tonight. We thank you, George, Tracy, for your participation and an excellent presentation. And we look forward to seeing you all next Monday at same time with the weekly BDP webinar. Good night, everyone.
Thank you, George.
And by the way, yeah, go ahead.
Wait, now we got a couple of questions actually that just came in really quickly, and they have to do. There's 3 people actually asking how to join the Facebook groups that we have. Maybe George, you want to just mention
Yes.
about the. Go ahead.
Yeah, when you go there on the group, let me see. Well, oops, I have to cancel this. No, it's gonna go crazy. Okay, it's gonna ask you on the top here. I don't see it right now, but you can have. Let me move this a second. For example, you request to join the group. For example, I have here one person that's requesting to join the group. When you do the request, then what I do, I just click add, you see, and then you're going to be added. We just add one person, just ask to join, and then that's it.
Okay.
Again, you enter the 90 days blitz on this search bar on top, and then after you get there, it's gonna you ask to join the group. That's it.
Okay, and it's
usually on the left side. I cannot see it right now because I'm the group manager, but
yeah, and the
name around here that comes.
The name of the other groups that you mentioned.
Yeah, well, all of them had the same information. For now, just go here.
Okay.
For the 90 days, because that's the one where we are posting all these things. Yeah, most of these things.
Great. Okay, let's see. And the other questions are actually.
And by the way, that graphic that you see there, thank you, Alex, for that graphic. I can see the graphic that you see in the top.
Yeah.
Yeah, Alex was the designer there.
Work in progress, but that summarizes it all. We need to get paid and get our people paid. We need to observe the U+2, them +2, and then just the concept of duplication.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah. Oh, something I was gonna say really quick. Hold on a second, because Wes doing that. Oh, okay. Really quick is let me go to the internet better. This video that's here, Unlimited Flow of Names, and the reason I say that is because I have a question on my text on my telephone. This was asking me if there was something about Facebook. You see a lot about Facebook here on this video. How to connect with people on Facebook. in this video. Again, the video that I recommend you, unlimited flow of names. Again, you enter on this search right here, you just enter names, because I don't want to tell you the whole thing, it's too long. And then you click search, and then the first one that comes up is the webinar that I'm telling you. He talks a lot about how to connect with Facebook too.
Yeah. And quickly, George, apparently, we have two new questions about Facebook on finding the 90-day blitz. And I think the confusion is where do they type in the 90-day blitz? So,
Okay.
if you can show them just to go on their Facebook page.
Okay, Facebook, when you go to Facebook, here there's a bar. This is the search bar within Facebook. Okay, and then you enter their 90-day blitz. Although it comes first, but it's in case there's some. And ours has like a little shoe. You see, there is another 90-day blitz there that has money now. We have a little shoe, like a little running shoe. And then you click on it, and then you follow. You're gonna go there. You're gonna be there. You see, I have another request here right now. Hey, Ben from Las Vegas. We're gonna see you in a few weeks, Ben. Okay. Yeah, here is requesting, and he just got in, and then of course I add him now. But you see, it's really simple, really simple. I don't know if anybody still have a confusion, but remember, it's this search bar that is, when you go to your account on Facebook, I'm going to go directly to my, this is mine, it's always that search bar is on top. It's there again. Again, you enter the 90-day blitz there. 90-day blitz. See, I enter it again. I go there again, and I just see somebody, Charles. Hi, Charles. Asking to be added. Okay, and then as soon as I add you, then you can see whatever it is we are posting there. Any other questions, Alex?
No, that's it. So, well, one more. Okay, no, actually, it's thanking us. They did get the explanation now. So that's it then. Good night, everyone. Good night, George, Tracy, and see you next week.
Okay, see you guys. Bye.
Bye.